Hello, this is Gerald Johan van Was. Let's have a look at the combinations with the letter A and some consonants as how we also have Katakana letters, dual letters of a combination of A with all of the consonants. They have expressions that are visible, and these visualizations can be understood from the positions where we are and from the positions how we orientate ourselves in time and space in an environment. They can be recognized, and I will show you how they can be recognized also as combinations of letters. We'll also show them as the Roman letters, that even from the Roman letters alone you can recognize its positions. And we have this kindergarten visualization again with the table, which I will not use, the tree with the apples. I will. It's still winter, so I don't know why the apples are still there, but we leave them there. And I have a person here, and I have an animal. I will use this focus as a foundation to start from. So here I will start from. And the orientations in general are, I have a person as a starting point. It sees the things that are quite nearby as spatial orientations. The things that where he has to move towards another point or has to look what is going to change. It's in the timing frame, in movement. And we have also, if it's a bit further, that's the contextual situation, when we have to deal with more than what is directly before you. And all the katakana letters, they are in dealing with movement, because all the Chinese and Japanese scripts are related with movement and the balance in movement. So there is this going forward, taking a step back, because we have to deal with how reality is, and we perform accordingly to what is needed. And that's why this movement forward, one step back, is visible in nearly all the letters underneath. We are ourselves, as in the Roman script, we visualize mostly on what is on the space, what is on the earth, and what is physical. That's most important for us. That's our starting point. We place everything as quickly as possible, and we just see how physical the things really are or not. That makes it easy for us, and we have this placement with A there. No, what do we do with the combinations? We start with the combinations, and that's quite important, because there already you can see the goal of what has to be achieved with letter associations in the Japanese script. There is an activity underneath. There's a word, as it is also described in some other ways. There is a philosophy behind it, that we have to do something to face reality. The Roman script has a different reality than the katakana script. I will go for the katakana script, the Japanese script. Ka is already immediately in the attack mode, let's say, and let's go for it. And we go to see what is needed to transform the things as we have to that we achieve, so that we can gain it. That's what the Ka is also presenting. It is this attack, like with the sword, badam, and that's where we go towards everything, and go towards the answers to our questions. The next combination of letters, if I'm not mistaken, this is Sa. I can still not remember them very well. Here we go also towards a new perspective. The S somewhat fits there. Also in the theory, we've tried to find what it from context can be brought down so that we can see that, okay, there's a general context here, there's an application here before us. Does it work like that? Does it still work like that in where we are? That's our perspective, how we see the S. So we try to gain access to the things in context that are actually quite hard to see. Because it's about infinity. It's about it's all large. It's too large. It's too. But we can find, we can realize its effects. So it is in the timing also. There are two timings. There's a starting point and an ending point. And because of the starting and ending point, we see some differences. And the differences show its effect. So we don't see the beginning, we don't see the end sometimes with the letter S. But at least we can see, okay, it works or it doesn't work. That's how we analyze the letter S and how we describe the letter S. There's much more to it as well, but that's how we have the letter S. That's why you have two phases, and also something comes down to us. Next one. This is, you can also see the realization of the transformation is there, but it goes towards a point in which it is reached. You can really see there's a cross point that has been reached, like that. You have that cross point in the. You can apply that to the letter A as well. Here's the letter A. How do we use it, this cross point in the space? When we look at to space, we don't see very, we try to estimate, this is more or less the space, but we don't see the object yet. It's only when we also have not just a horizontal, but also a vertical, that we can find and pinpoint a placement in place. And we do that with the letter T, of course. The letter T, and that's what it is. That's what the practical application, that's the cross point, what we reach in this new perspective. That's how we can remember Ta as that cross point. So we go with our thought of finding an application to change something, and we go down to it, and we go down to the rightful place in A. Our point of reference, what we want to reach. That is the letter Ta expressing. Ta is expressing where do we need our focus. We go with our focus towards that point and define it. What is this? So what do we have here? We have Na. Na is, of course, the forwardness. We have to achieve it only after transformation. Will we receive it? The N in the theory says I go towards a timing process in which I'm going to make a choice. It's looking for that. It's trying to take out that moment at some point. It's going towards that moment. Do we know that we can use it or not? Perhaps not. The word exists also in Dutch. Now it means afterwards. So it is just about the goal. The N in the green part in the timing. We have a timing, we have a goal, have a perspective. Go towards that perspective. Not much more than that. The Ha, then, you can recognize the jump. You can recognize the distinction. You can recognize how it is making a distinction towards a perspective further on. And it is about creating an opportunity, creating a distinction. It's opening up these distinctions towards that new perspective. Ma now. M is at the rightful place, I is at the rightful place in space. I only have had one foundation, so I have to have two letters, I have to have two spaces. M is about extending the possibilities of a physical foundation. and it reaches a larger area, as you can see. It reaches an extra perspective. The rightful expression there is with this blue arrow. There's an extension in the physical part there, and to get an extra attention, get an extra applied physicality. Next letter, you can still recognize the transformation process, forward and taking a step back. This was about Y, or with Y, the combination with Y. Ya with the Y is the letter which in the theory expresses something that is in a context already. It's going forward in time in a diagonal plane, forward to see like, okay, here I can reach something extra in time. I can reach, it's evolving towards something extra in time, in my perspective. This expression, what is it? Ra. What do you need for Ra? So in my theory, it is the diagonal in the context, so you need extra context and extra timing as well. And via the timing and context, you can connect further. In a way, the timing on top, and then the transformation process with the connection to it that you make it is recognizable. So the Ra is rememberable. You can remember it simply by associating it from my theory as well. The last letter is, it's actually when you have a focus on A. How does A works as well. A as a singular vowel and meaningful letter, it doesn't exist, but it exists as Wa. And Wa is expressed in the Katakana script like this. So here, some restriction, and then a forwardness in time, the transformation, and its transformation actually continues. It automatically, it's an automatic, it's almost like the fading out of the whole process of, even when you halted it and it continues further, it will still lingers on. That's the wa thing. And the Wa in my theory is in the place of the timing. It's in the timing where it is, in the extension of what is happening, and it's going, it's fading out and fading out further and doing its thing like the wind in that way. Not like the blowing wind, but like, the after wind, the waves which are still lingering on as they are. That's the Wa. You can understand the Wa. So you can understand the Japanese as well. You have a halt, a forwardness, and a fading out. That's how you can remember it easily. Well, I hope these were also helpful to remember the letters better, to understand better what's behind them. Of course, I still have to apply them to real words, but they have a certain foundation, I think, that you can use. Okay, thanks again, bye.